Hey, welcome everybody to Coach's Call. This is your coach, Coach Z, here with the group. Tristan Dunn in North Carolina, the millennial vampire himself, my man, Donnie Nolan, the guy with the bats. He knows where the money's going, where the money went, and what's going to happen, we think, in Tennessee. And Tony Capo, slinging the Zaz over there in New York, man, making it happen. Thank you for being here, Tony. Appreciate you. We like your input and all your man. You're a stat guy. You like the stats. So we're going to go through this rather quickly. You know, we get to the Elite Eight or something like that. You know, we can talk and talk about the different teams and what we think, what's going on. But we're gonna go ahead and so I'm laughing, guys, because I'm looking at the Discord also, and our boy Chase just put up last year's bracket because he won our bracket last year. And he put up where I quoted, "Congratulations to our very own retard at Chaserman for winning the tournament bracket challenge. You won a whole $100. You won the whole $100."
Chase is actually the only one last year that picked the actual winner for the bracket, so he won pretty easily.
He did. I am excited. This is probably the second most exciting time of the year for me, right behind our college football national championship, in front of the WWE, NFL, and way in front of the NBA. But I'm excited. This is a fun time of the year. We got basketball all over the place. I love the parity in college basketball. The coaches, the kids that are just, I mean, there's only maybe 15 or 16 kids on the team, if that much. And they're just giving it their all, and they throw it all out there on the line. I love watching these kids fly around the court. One of my favorite sports ever. But if you guys want to get started, let's just start in the South. I've got Alabama over A&M Corpus Christi pretty handily. I'm going to make it short. I got Alabama going all the way to the national championship, so I'm going to pick them all the way through. But I got Bama. First round picks, Bama. I got West Virginia getting past Maryland. I know that's not a very popular pick, but it is for me. I like West Virginia over Maryland. I like SDSU, San Diego State. I like Virginia. I like Creighton, Baylor, Missouri, and Zona. Those are my first round picks in the South. What do you got, Tristan?
For the first game, I got Bama, I got Maryland, I got Charleston. So that's one of my sleeper teams. I got Virginia beating Furman. I got Creighton beating NC State. I don't even know why NC State's in this tournament, but I got Creighton beating NC State. I got Baylor, Missouri, and then I got Arizona.
Okay, cool. What do we got? Tony, talk to us about the South. What do you think?
I mean, Bama easy.
Yeah.
Fun stat, actually. The last four teams that went under 500 in conference play by 4 games are 5-0 in the first round. West Virginia falls in that. Give me West Virginia.
Love it.
San Diego State, I like them. Charleston plays really good on the road, and that's an indicator for me. But I don't think they've ever played a defense like San Diego State this year, so give me San Diego State. Furman also travels well, but I'm taking Virginia. Baylor, I like Utah State over Missouri and Arizona. And the game that I'm still conflicted on is NC State Creighton. I think it's a bad matchup for both teams. I think Creighton has a little bit more depth, a little bit more experience. So I'm going to go with them, even though NC State has like NBA players who can compete with anybody in the country.
Okay. Nice. Donnie?
Well, obviously I got Alabama going. I do have Maryland over West Virginia on this one. I think it's a better matchup. I got San Diego State, Virginia. I don't know where Tristan said NC State's not allowed in it, but I think they beat Creighton. I think it's a bad matchup, like Tony said, for both teams, but I think NC State's playing a little bit better ball. Baylor and Arizona, but I think one of the hottest teams out here right now is Missouri. So I think they're going to roll. I think I've got them going all the way up against Baylor and beating Arizona as a 7 seed. 7 seeds are always ones that you got to watch out for in these brackets anyway. So, I think it's a good game.
Yeah, I'm with you. Going ahead and going to the round of 16 in that bracket. I mean, I've got Bama again, but here's my upset. And I know Tristan already shook his head. I got San Diego State beating Virginia in the round of 16. I mean, in the round of 32. I got San Diego State beating Virginia.
I can do you one better, Coach.
Can you?
I got Charleston beating Virginia in the round of 32. Okay, so talk
Homer.
talk shit all you want.
All right. I
it.
got Bama, San Diego State in the Sweet 16. Then I got Creighton beating Baylor, and I got Missouri beating Zona. I know. Shake your head all you want.
Wait,
Go ahead, Tristan.
Dude, you got me so confused on how you're running
So
this damn
who do you
show.
have going to the Final Four in this division? I've got Bama.
I got Bama and Creighton.
No, Final Four.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got Bama.
I got Bama too, but yeah, I got Bama. I'm so
Tony?
confused.
I have Bama versus Arizona, and I think that's just a fucking toss up. And this will be different. I'm gonna go Arizona. Give me a Bello.
What?
Give me Bello and the foreign boys.
Wow.
Bello and them foreign boys. They can shoot. They play up tempo. It's going to be take the over if they do match up in the Elite Eight. I'll say that.
Really?
You know what the thing is? You know the thing is with Alabama with me, and this is a big indicator, is turnover margin. They don't force turnovers and they turn the ball over a lot. Arizona does too, but I think Arizona has a little bit of size. And them white boys, they could shoot the fucking lights out of the gym. So watch out for them. So
Okay.
give me Arizona going to the
Okay.
Final Four.
So 3 of us have Bama. You've got Arizona going to the Final Four, correct?
That is correct, sir.
All right. Let's move down to the East.
God.
Why?
Go
I
ahead.
don't want
Go
to
ahead.
hear.
No, I'm just messing with you. Go.
I don't want to hear your mid-round losers, Tristan. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's fade Tristan
right,
time
next
this time of
division.
year.
Where are we going?
We're
Midwest?
going to the East. I've got Purdue, Purdue winning, Memphis winning, Duke winning, Tennessee winning, Kentucky, K-State, Michigan State, and Marquette. I mean, I can't find anything other than that. It sounds pretty as is. Go ahead, Tristan.
Yep. So I have Purdue beating whoever they play. Doesn't matter. Should be a cakewalk. I got Memphis beating FAU. However, that is going to be a very good game. And it is definitely a coin flip. And yeah, look at me like that all you want to, Donnie. I don't care. That game is a coin flip, and FAU could easily take it, but I got Memphis after what they did yesterday. And then I got Duke beating Oral Roberts. Like a lot of people I've seen like on Twitter, they got Oral Roberts beating Duke. I don't get it. Duke's one of the hottest teams in the country. Yes, Tony. Duke's one of the hottest teams in the country, and I wouldn't want to see them right now. I know where Tony's going. I got Tennessee beating Louisiana. I got Providence beating Kentucky in that game. I got Providence beating Kentucky. There
are
it
you
is.
calling it? Are you calling
There it is. Kansas State beating Montana State, Michigan State beating USC, and Marquette beating Vermont.
Okay. Tony?
I'm gonna skip over Purdue. We know that. I'm actually gonna take FAU over Memphis. I think Memphis is gonna be in a letdown spot. Coming off that big win, no Sasser for Houston. Give me FAU. Now, you guys say you don't see what you see in Oral Roberts. Them boys is crazy. They got experienced guard play. Max Ames took this fucking team to the Sweet 16 as a 15 or 14 seed a couple years ago. They have a 7'5" center who can shoot the ball. They have an 8-man rotation, all of them shooting over 32% from 3. They can hang with Duke. Take them first half, take them full game. Duke's in trouble, my friends. I'm taking Tennessee to win, but I think Louisiana covers. 12 of the last 16 matchups in the 4 versus 13, double digit has been by single digits, double digit spreads covered. So Louisiana covers, Tennessee wins. I got Kentucky over Providence. It's going to be tight though. Kansas State, Michigan State, Marquette.
Dude, tell me if I'm wrong, Tony. For me, Tennessee they don't seem that. I don't see it. They don't
know,
excite me.
losing-
For me, I'm
losing-
picking them. For me, I'm picking the lesser of two evils here. That's why I'm picking Tennessee. I'm even picking Tennessee to beat Duke. I'm picking the lesser of two evils here. Shut up, Tristan. I'm gonna mute you.
The only reason
Go-
I picked Tennessee was because their defense. But go ahead.
I just they don't excite me. They're out in the round of 16. Go ahead, Donnie. Your turn. Give us your shot.
I mean, obviously, I got Purdue. I don't know what Tristan was watching in that game this weekend, but Memphis has been playing amazing ball. Houston is a tough team, but
No, they're
Memphis
not.
was beating everybody by 20 and 30 points all through the tournament. They're just at a different level in that division with Houston. I got Duke and Tennessee going. If there is an upset on a 4 seed, it'll be Tennessee. Tennessee, Rick Barnes has the propensity to choke. Like he is gagging on.
They teach that shit in Texas, Donnie. They teach that shit in Texas.
Dude, he's got a propensity to choke. Then I got Kentucky, K-State, Michigan State, and Marquette. I do have Memphis going all the way up to Marquette, and then Marquette beating them in the Final Four to move on. But I think Tennessee gets beat by Duke, and I think it's a handily beating Rick Barnes style.
Dude, Donnie, you got Memphis and Marquette, right?
In the Elite Eight with Marquette moving to the Final Four.
I got Memphis and K-State. I got K-State beating Marquette, and then Memphis playing K-State, and then I got K-State in the Final Four.
Tony's so funny.
Tony, tell me I'm wrong,
like,
Tony.
Okay.
Tell me I'm wrong, Tony.
Okay,
Come on.
okay. Go ahead, Tony. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go a little spicy with y'all.
I love it.
The bottom of the bracket, I got Marquette. I got Kentucky over Kansas State. I got Kentucky going to the Elite Eight. Now, here's where it gets a little spicy. I think FAU gives Purdue trouble. Purdue sneaks out a win. I got Oral Roberts over Tennessee. Oral Roberts matches up perfect with Purdue. Nobody could guard Edey, right? 7'5" center on Oral Roberts. Experienced guards. Purdue got freshman guards. Oral Roberts is going to the Elite Eight, my friends, where they lose to Kentucky. Kentucky makes the Final Four. Everybody's begging for
Calipari's
head. He said, "Watch what I do when it counts."
Yeah, lose to St. Peter's like you did last year.
Wow. See, I got Kentucky losing way before that.
Calipari's playing a different ball right now. Like, from the start of the season to where he is now, it's just a different team.
Yeah.
Anyway, so who's your Final Four team from that? Who is everybody's Final Four team from that region?
I got Bama playing K-State.
Okay, I got Purdue playing Bama.
Purdue chokes it up.
Kentucky, Arizona.
Donnie?
Oh, okay, that's right. Zona.
I told you I got Marquette.
You got Marquette going all the way that far?
Final Four. Yeah.
I got them losing the 8 to Marquette. So I mean, I guess I kind of do too.
All right, so we got.
Okay, go ahead, Coach.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. I love the take on Oral Roberts, and the Oral Roberts take is I love that.
Look in on them. They are
us four having such different looks at the East. That makes me think the East in general is very tough. Like just to pick. Yeah.
Well, what it's telling me is that we just take the dog. Let the dog cover. Who gives a shit if the favorite wins? Just take the dog, man. I love that, dude. I'm gonna tell your shit on Oral Roberts, Tony. I love that take. Let's move on to. I'll tell you what. Let's go to the West first. We'll leave the Midwest for last. I know we're gonna have some fighting words there, Tony. Sucker. Okay. So let's go to the West. I've got Kansas and Arky moving along. St. Mary's, UConn moving along. Man, I the rest of it's trash, but I've got TCU, Gonzaga, Northwestern, UCLA.
Yeah, I think this is one of the more straightforward regions, other than one game, in my opinion. I got Kansas, Arkansas, VCU beating St. Mary's. Then I got UConn, TCU, Gonzaga, Northwestern, and UCLA.
Okay. Tony, are you going to do one of those not so fast, my friends?
I do have a not so fast.
Let's go.
And it might surprise a lot of people. I got Arkansas going to the Sweet 16, my friends. I got them handling Kansas in the second round.
Okay.
Bill Self is not
I like it.
healthy. Norm Roberts, they haven't been the same under them as we saw earlier in the season. We saw it in the conference tournament. Arkansas, I didn't know they got back Nick Smith, and I love that kid. I think he adds another dimension to them. But they lose to UConn. UConn advances to the Elite Eight. The bottom it's pretty, chalky. I have Boise advancing over Northwestern. I think UNC Asheville can give UCLA trouble, but
Yes.
UCLA experience, they'll pull it out. But I think it's 18.5. Take UNC Asheville to cover. And I got UConn and Gonzaga Elite Eight with UConn advancing to the Final Four.
It's funny you said that about UNC Asheville because when I was picking my bracket, I had to pause for a minute on that one because I know didn't UCLA's guard get hurt or something?
Guard and center.
Yeah, and so it kind of made me double take. Like I don't know, Asheville might be able to hang with them,
but they have experience. That's why ultimately it's a bad matchup for Asheville. I think they should have been a 13-14 personally.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a bad draw for them.
I got you. Donnie, what you got, buddy?
I mean, it's pretty straightforward for me as well. I got Kansas and Arkansas. I do have St. Mary's over VCU, UConn, TCU, Gonzaga. At the Northwestern Boise State's been playing really good ball the second half of the year. So I think they've got a good matchup versus Northwestern. So I've got Boise State going. And then UCLA over UNC Asheville. I got UCLA going up against Kansas in the Elite Eight with Kansas moving on. And I've already told you guys, I think Kansas is the best team in the nation.
I got you. Well, I've got in the Elite Eight, I got Kansas and Gonzaga, and I got Kansas moving on to the Final Four. Tony?
I already said it. I got UConn over Gonzaga.
I got you. You got okay. Tristan Dunn.
I had a rough time with this. I got Kansas and Gonzaga in the Elite Eight. I had a really hard time picking Kansas over Gonzaga. I think it's one of those things where it's like, how is Gonzaga due? Because like they make it that far every year. But see, then when they get that far, they don't play the same competition as these other teams year in and year out. And it's like it always comes back to bite them in this part of the season. But I got them losing in the Elite Eight to Kansas.
Okay. On to the good one. On to the Midwest. On to the Midwest. Where we've got some Texas teams here. The Big 12 represented. Okay. Let's just start. Screw it. I've got Houston, Iowa. I've got Miami, Indiana, Iowa State, Xavier, A&M, and Texas in the first round, all winning. Go ahead, Tristan.
I have Houston beating Northern Kentucky. If I wasn't so, I put my pettiness aside and didn't pick North Kentucky. Iowa beating Auburn, Miami beating Drake, Kent State beating Indiana in the first round.
Nice.
Iowa State beating whoever they got to play, which I don't love, but I don't love that. Like if it's Pitt, I don't know yet. That could end up being changed for me.
That's my thing. If it's Pitt, it might change. If it's Mississippi State, I've seen Mississippi State enough. I'm not a fan at all.
I'm not sure that can change on my bracket.
What'd you say, Tony?
Mississippi State is the worst 3-point shooting team in the country.
I saw them play a second half and not score a point for 10.5 minutes.
Atrocious.
Yeah,
I got Xavier beating Kennesaw State. I don't love it, but I think they get it done. Kennesaw State's scary. If they catch Xavier slipping, Kennesaw State can win that game. I got Penn State beating Texas A&M.
Oh my gosh!
And then I got
this guy.
And then I got Texas. Are you done?
Thanks for the donation.
Then I got Texas beating Colgate. Penn State's going to beat A&M simply because I saw the fight in them boys playing Purdue. They don't quit and they don't give up. They will probably beat A&M by 10.
All right. Here's where we're going to make a bet.
Who, me and you?
Yes. I will take A&M plus 10 against Penn State for a jersey right now on air. I
Huh?
will take A&M plus 10. I will take A&M plus 10. You just shot off your mouth like
Yeah.
an idiot. You just shot it off like an idiot and said Penn State will beat them by 10. Like, give me A&M plus 10.
Do 9.5. Do 9.5.
No, he said 10.
10's
No, he's a
fine.
man. No.
We
No,
10's
don't push
fine.
around here. We don't push around
no,
here.
Paulie. Hey, Paulie, he's a big boy. He knows what he said.
He said, Paulie.
He's a big boy. He knows what he said.
Like like any jersey of your choice. Yeah, that's fine. We'll take it.
Let's go. It's on. You heard it here, gentlemen. A&M minus plus 10. I love it. Plus 10 for the jersey. Okay.
What is that line? Like the actual line?
2, 3.5.
Who's favored?
A&M.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Okay, perfect. I like it too. Tony, go ahead. Your turn now that this idiot's done.
I think Houston runs through. I think they run into trouble with Miami in the Sweet 16. I do agree with Tristan, though. I have Kent State over Indiana as an upset. Their experience, they have a guard who can score on anybody. And if you looked at Kent State's non-conference schedule, these are all road games. They lost to Houston by 5, Charleston by 2, and St. Mary's by 7. So they competed in all those games.
Oh, nice.
Give me Kent State over them. I like Pitt to advance to the round of 32 to play Xavier. I have Texas in a bad matchup against Colgate. Colgate, best three-point shooting team in the country, shooting over 40%. They have 2 6'10" guys who could stretch the floor. Texas is a little undersized, unfortunately, but Texas wins. And A&M over Penn State. What I noticed the last few years, teams that make a deep run as an underdog in their conference tournament, tired legs going into this. So Penn State falls in that category. We saw it last year with Indiana and Iowa from the Big Ten. Give me A&M versus Texas. And it's pretty standard, I think, in this one. I got Texas and Houston meeting in the final, in the Elite Eight with Texas doing it.
So how far do you have Kent State going, Tony?
They lose to Miami. I think Miami's too athletic, and that's why I like Drake, but they're just going to be too athletic for Drake. Like if Drake got another 5, if they would have pulled, I don't know, even a Kentucky, they would have been in trouble. Kentucky.
Tony, mine and your Elite Eight looks similar. Then you got Houston and Miami.
Yeah, Houston, Miami in the Sweet 16. Yeah,
but I like your Kent State number, Robert. I like the looks of that. Donnie, give us something different. Or something.
I'm definitely gonna give you something different. I mean, that's just what I do.
You're taking Northern Kentucky, right?
No, Northern Kentucky's not gonna win.
It wouldn't surprise me a bit if Houston lost that game. Fucking
no, Houston's playing great ball. I mean, they're just a different team. Sorry,
they had a bad game without their All-American. Calm down, Tristan.
Yeah,
he won't be there this weekend either.
He will.
Stop.
He will. Tristan, what's wrong? Go ahead, Donnie.
I have Houston going. Auburn, I think they beat Iowa. I think Miami's playing really good ball right now. If anybody gives Houston a shot, it'll be Miami, and I think they actually beat Houston. But I have Indiana over Kent State. I have, no matter who comes out of that Mississippi State Pitt game, beating Iowa State. Iowa State runs a very similar offense as Mississippi State. The difference is Mississippi State has Tolu Smith, who's one of the best players in the nation right now. He's a senior. He's just playing solid ball. They also have a guard, Shaquille something. He's playing really good as well. And then Pitt is a high-scoring team. I think either way, Iowa State they beat Baylor, but that's their biggest accomplishment all year, really. And I mean, that's not amazing. So I think Xavier beats Kennesaw State, Texas A&M, and Texas. I've got Texas and Miami in the Elite Eight, with Texas moving on to the Final Four.
Okay, I don't want to. Thanks for your donation, but I want to ask you this, Donnie. What do you see in Auburn?
What do I see in Auburn?
Yeah,
they're just playing
a dozen times.
You got to remember, they're playing SEC ball, which is, that and the Big 12 were the best two teams in the nation, or the best two leagues.
It's probably 2 or 3. Calm down. Big 12 by a landslide, my friend.
Big 12 definitely has it because of Kansas and Texas. But Texas A&M, Alabama, and Arkansas were all playing just solid ball, and Kentucky wasn't playing any slouches. But I mean, yeah, Kansas and Texas are just better than everybody else in that division. So,
But you take
Okay.
a team like Baylor and K-State and put them in the SEC, they're probably your second best team. And they're a 3-4.
second or third. I mean, it depends. I mean, the SEC schedule is just some of those. I've been to the Texas, games, and go to Vanderbilt. It's a whole different game. I mean, you got to coach from the end zones instead of the sidelines. Go to Rupp. I mean, you're not getting out of that place alive. That place is a madhouse. And-
Tony, you're talking to SEC
I
elitists
know,
over here.
I
That's
know.
right.
We-
You're
we
talking
do this all
SEC
football.
Nation over here.
And we're talking to Tony, who's a Big 12 sucker. I mean, that's
he's
how
not.
he lives. He loves the
What do you
Big
mean?
12.
Tony loves the big sky in
No.
basketball. What are you talking about?
Jeez,
Like-
whatever.
Eastern
Um,
Washington, baby.
So I've got,
Tony's about the little guy.
dude. I want to go. I want to keep talking about this Midwest before we call it a night, because we're all really different, of course. And I'm doing this not because I'm just a homer, but because we do opposite of what Tristan said, because he lost money on them. A&M's not a bad basketball team. They're a pretty good basketball team, especially when they get that white kid out there shooting the threes. But I want to keep going with this Midwest. After that first round, I've got Houston beating Iowa, Miami beating Indy, Iowa State beating Xavier, Aggies over Texas, and then I've got H-Town over Miami in the next round, Xavier over A&M over Xavier in Sweet 16, and then I've got H-Town beating the Aggies and H-Town going and playing Kansas. Tristan,
smell
finish
that.
yours off.
Smells like Homer. So I've got my Elite Eight for that one is Miami and Texas. And then I have Texas beating Miami. Then I have Texas beating Kansas in the Final Four. And then I have Bama beating Texas to win it all.
If Bama, I'm going to say this: if Bama plays Texas in the national championship, Texas loses by double fucking digits. Give me a goddamn break. You just made me sick. Made me absolutely sick.
You made this
I don't know
podcast
that
a
I've
degree-
ever been this pissed off at any of your picks, because all you're doing is going opposite to piss me off, and you did it. So pat yourself
Coach,
on the back.
Coach.
I'm muting your ass, Tony.
I filled
finish your
this
bracket, please.
I filled this bracket out an hour ago.
Filled it out with shit. Go ahead, Tony.
I'm filling mine out on the spot with this one.
Yeah, on the spot, Tony. Go.
So I got Arizona over Kentucky, even though I got a future still on Kentucky from preseason, but I got Arizona over Kentucky, UConn over my Longhorns. I think it's just too much size. I think they have a complete team, and give me UConn to win the national championship.
Holy
They got
cow.
size, they got shooting, they got experience. Give me 'em.
Really?
Give me them.
Okay.
The Northeast
Okay.
takes-
Are you writing these down, Coach?
Well, I'm writing Tony's
I'll repeat it.
wild one. He's
I'll-
got Kent State first round. He's got UConn going all the way. He likes Oral Roberts a couple rounds. Arizona going all the way. I mean, dude, these are something for like your second or third brackets that can work here. I like it, Tony. Donnie, finish it up, buddy.
My Final Four is Baylor, Marquette, and then Texas and Kansas. On the Baylor Marquette side, I think Baylor squeaks out a win. I think it's a close game. Kansas versus Texas is a rematch of the conference championship, and I think Kansas gets the revenge. And then I think Kansas and Baylor in a big 12 finals, and Kansas is just a better team, beats them by 11.
Donnie, so me and you both have Kansas and Texas in the Final Four?
You know, I just realized who's playing Marquette in your Final Four?
Baylor.
Baylor.
I think they beat
So
Alabama.
you were just
in the Elite
arguing
Eight.
SEC versus Big 12, but got 3 Big 12 teams in your Final Four. That's all
I
got.
know. I
That's all
know.
I gotta say.
I think overall that Big 12 has 2 to 3 of the best teams, and I think those 2 are Texas and and Kansas. But I think solidness of schedule is all about SEC. I mean, SEC got 8 teams in, Big 12 got 7, and you could argue Vanderbilt all day long. I know,
Well, we can argue Oklahoma
people are
State.
going to not say that, but I mean, they played solid ball, especially at the end, and got beat by Texas A&M at the very last.
Texas Tech would beat Vandy.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh. Okay.
That
Hey,
defense is
I
crazy.
want to give some love because now y'all are just talking about you're just talking out of the side of your mouth here. Come on.
A little bit.
Stop with that shit. I want to give some love to our Discord guys here. This guy named Rizard, whatever. That's your
Rizard.
buddy, right? He's
Yeah,
got Bama, Kentucky, Texas, and Gonzaga in the Final Four. Our guy Puff Melly Mel, he's got Creighton, Texas, Marquette, Kansas in the Final Four. Chase, the last year's winner, he's got Bama, Houston, Duke, and Kansas in the Final Four. L. Scott, he's got Bama, Marquette, A&M, and Arkansas. Much love, El Scott. Thank you, brother.
He's an Arkansas fan, just for the record. Okay,
and I respect that because he's in the SEC. Let's see. Pitto X3. Pitto. Bama, Duke, UCLA, A&M. Twisted Truckers got Bama. Oral Roberts. Hey, Tony. Ooh, Twisted got Oral Roberts in the Final Four with Texas and UCLA.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Oral Roberts is nice. Go watch some game film on him.
Wow.
They'll get fucking smashed this fucking weekend.
You know, the problem is you can't bet them all year because all their lines are minus 25. It's like, yeah, lay the juice, lay the fucking 2,500 money line. And it's just like, they're going to win. But that's why you can't bet on them all year. But I watched them all year. Don't get that twisted.
And the dude, BK23 has Baylor losing in the first round.
Ooh.
To UC Santa Barbara. How about that?
I don't know.
And I will only believe, and you guys that are listening in the Discord, I will only believe, you bunch of pussies, if you send Tristan $20 and get into this thing. Because right now, anybody can say anything. I can tell you Charleston's going to win the whole thing, but if I'm not going to put my money where my mouth is, what is the use? But I am going to say this, Tony, as much as I disagree with you on everything that you say, I do like your take on Arizona, Oral Roberts, UConn, and Kent State, dude. Thank you. Those are good looks. Now, here's what we're going to do. Those of you that are listening, we're going to go through these rounds, but I'm going to keep bringing these guys on. We're going to do this. I want to do this every week. I want to, keep breaking it down, keep seeing what we're seeing. And then we can do some point spread stuff later on as we get to it. But I want to do a podcast every round to see where we're at. And that way we can tell Tristan how wrong he was on a lot of his picks. But
Damn.
Tristan, you got anything else to say about? Oh, I got one thing, Tony. Our boy from Texas just got a new job.
Ole Miss.
Okay, that tells you one thing. If you want to win, it doesn't matter. If you want to succeed in life, go to the SEC. Because they don't look at they don't look at criminal records. They don't look at anything. As long as you win, you could go to the SEC.
Didn't Auburn
be there next year or 2 years?
Didn't Auburn football do something similar?
Yes, A&M football did something similar. We got a new offensive coordinator. I believe he's already taken the sorority girls riding around in his motorcycle. Hope he doesn't wreck this time. But yes, if you want everybody, if you got kids and you want to succeed and you want to win, go to the SEC, baby. They know how to win. I got a question. Donnie, you got anything else? What? Go ahead, Tony.
When A&M was in the Big 12, were you a Big 12 homer?
All the way, yes. I was a Big 12 homer. Yeah. I've had uncles and stuff. Here's a story behind it, Tony, and I'll tell you real quick before we hang up here and call it a night. My family, my father, uncles, and all that, and their cousins and everything, they were all migrant workers. So they all had, 6th, 7th grade educations, but they'd all leave and go pick all around the nation, right? Well, I had about three of my dad's cousins, one uncle and 2 of my dad's cousins. They decided, this migrant working stuff ain't good. So they stayed, and they ended up going to A&M, became agricultural engineers and stuff like that. So yeah, I've always been an Aggie, and then of course when my daughter went, so did my money. So did more of my cheering and all that stuff. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Donnie, you got anything else for us?
No, I think there's gonna be some really good games to watch as a fan, but there's gonna be some great betting tools out there for this one. So
Which, speaking of, you do not have to bet every game.
no,
Bank-
you don't.
bank-
Don't bet
bank-
every game. Bet the sharp ones, and
If you're one of those people you feel like you want to bet every game, throw $5. If that's something you're gonna do, do not throw 100 on every game because that's like $640 fucking dollars.
Yeah, it's a fact.
I'm sorry, $6,400.
I was wondering. I was like, what?
Sorry, my mouth moved faster than my head.
Guys, thank you for being on. I appreciate everything y'all gave us. I love the insight. We're going to be back again after the first round. We're going to keep doing this all through until we crown a champion, which I think Bama's going to do. But that's just me. Guys, I appreciate you. Hey, make sure you can go to coachescall.store still and go to the menu button, hit the Discord, be a part of our Discord. These guys are already studying and matchups and stuff like that there. You can follow us on TikTok. You can go to our YouTube channel also and follow us there. But join our Discord. Be a part of it. Come have some fun. This is the best time of year. I'm really excited about it. Guys, thank you for being on here. This is your coach, Coach Z, with Donnie Nolan in Tennessee, Tony Capo in New York, and Tristan Dunn in North Carolina. Until the round one is over, we will see y'all later. Hope everybody's tickets hit.